Did you know that your bank account is not decided by your work, but by your mind? Today, I'm going to reveal the secrets of the richest mind in the world, the transformative lessons of Harv Eker that can change your financial life forever. Stay with me until the end, because the last teaching is the most powerful of all. Stop for a moment and think. How many times have you tried to save, invest, or even earn more money, and yet it seems to escape from your hands? Harv Eker, author of the best-selling book The Secrets of the Millionaire's Mind, states, "It is not how much you earn, but how your mind is programmed that determines your financial success." According to him, we all have a model of money, an unconscious plan that defines our decisions about finances. This model was created in childhood, in conversations with our parents, in the examples we saw at home, and in the ideas we absorbed from the culture around us. Maybe you grew up hearing phrases like, "Money is not born in a tree," "Who is rich because he stole?" "Work hard and one day you will be rewarded." These phrases shape your relationship with money, creating beliefs that function as invisible limits. And here's the key. If you believe, deep down, that money is something dirty or difficult to keep, your mind will find a way to push it away. It's like trying to fill a leaky bucket. Now, imagine exchanging that bucket for a real safe. This is what happens when you reprogram your mindset. Eker says rich people think completely differently. They have mental habits that attract opportunities, value money, and know how to put it to work for them. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the top 3 wealth files, mental patterns that millionaires have and you can start applying today. But first, tell me, do you want to control your money or continue to be controlled by it? If this has already made you think differently, leave your like and subscribe now, because the real change is yet to come. Imagine for a moment that your mind is like a safe, and inside it are stored thought patterns that determine how you deal with money even if you don't realize it. Harv Eker calls these patterns wealth files. They are like invisible programs that, if not updated, will always keep you stuck in the same financial place. Today, I want to share with you 3 of these files which are absolutely essential to transforming your relationship with money. The first is, rich people believe that they create their own lives. They take full responsibility for their financial results and do not blame the government, the crisis, their boss, or their family. Those who have a wealth mindset understand that financial success depends on the choices they make every day. On the other hand, those who think like poor people believe that they are victims of circumstances and live waiting for something or someone to change their luck. The second file is, rich people focus on opportunities, while poor people focus on obstacles. This does not mean ignoring risks, but realizing that where many see problems, rich people see possibilities. They ask themselves, how can I make this work? Instead of, what if it fails? This simple mental adjustment opens doors to new businesses, investments, and partnerships. The third file is, rich people manage their money very well. It seems obvious, but most people do not even know where their salary goes. Eker states that without conscious management, even those who earn well can always end up in debt. Those who have a millionaire mindset, on the other hand, control their expenses, invest wisely, and understand that each reel is a seed that can bear fruit in the future. These 3 files are just the beginning, but they are enough to radically change your financial trajectory if you decide to apply them. In the next chapter, we will talk about how to identify and eliminate limiting beliefs that sabotage your life without you realizing it. If this has made sense to you, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because the next lessons could be the turning point you've been waiting for. If you feel like you work hard but never manage to accumulate wealth, or that every time you start saving money something unexpected happens, maybe the problem isn't outside, but inside you. Harv Eker explains that we all carry limiting beliefs formed in childhood that shape our relationship with money. These beliefs act as filters. They determine what you perceive, decide, and do when it comes to wealth. For example, if you've heard repeatedly that money is dirty, rich people are dishonest, or you have to work hard to earn little, there's a good chance that, even unconsciously, you're sabotaging any attempt to get rich. After all, your mind wants to protect you from something that, to it, is dangerous. So, how can you break this cycle? The first step is to identify these beliefs. Ask yourself, what do I think about money, wealth, and successful people? Write down your answers without filtering them. Often, this exercise alone reveals ideas that you didn't even know you had. Then, ask yourself, where did this belief come from? Is it really true? When you realize that many of them are just repetitions of what you've heard and not absolute truths, the process of liberation begins. The next step is to reprogram your mind. Eker suggests replacing limiting beliefs with positive and empowering affirmations. For example, replacing "money is dirty" with "money is a powerful tool that I can use to improve my life and help others." Or even, "I can get rich in an honest, ethical way and by contributing to the world." But be careful, repeating phrases is not enough. You need to feel these new beliefs as truths and, above all, act according to them. When you start making decisions based on this new mindset, your financial reality begins to change, sometimes subtly, sometimes radically. Remember, you don't have to be held hostage by the beliefs you've been taught. You can choose, from now on, to build a mental model that leads you to prosperity. If you like it, share this video with someone who also needs to change their relationship with money. There is no point in having a millionaire mindset if your daily attitudes remain the same as those who live on financial autopilot. Harv Eker points out that it is the small daily decisions that, over time, determine who becomes rich and who remains trapped in the cycle of scarcity. In other words, wealth is not a great stroke of luck, but rather the accumulated result of consistent habits. One of the most powerful attitudes is taking full responsibility for your financial life. Rich people do not blame the government, the crisis, or the lack of opportunity. They recognize that, although not everything is under their control, their decisions about what they do with their money are, in fact, a personal choice. Another fundamental habit is active money management. This means being clear about how much you earn, how much you spend, and how much you invest. While most people avoid looking at their own finances out of fear or discomfort, those who prosper do exactly the opposite. They analyze, adjust, and improve continuously. In addition, rich people value ongoing financial education. They know that the world changes quickly, new opportunities arise, and that the more knowledge they accumulate, the better decisions they can make. Reading books, taking courses, listening to podcasts, or even watching videos like this one are attitudes that keep their minds sharp and ready to grow. Another essential point is strategic action. Many people get stuck in the cycle of procrastination, waiting for the right moment to start investing or undertaking something. But those with a millionaire mindset understand that there will never be a perfect scenario. That's why they start with what they have, where they are, and adjust along the way. Finally, there is a common trait among all people who build wealth: discipline. It's not about being radical, but about being consistent. Saving a portion of your income every month, investing regularly, avoiding unnecessary debt, these are seemingly simple decisions, but when practiced with discipline, they generate extraordinary results. As Harv Eker always reminds us, your schedule determines your action, and your action determines your results. We have reached the crux of this video. The biggest mistake that prevents most people from becoming rich is not outside of themselves, but inside. Harv Eker is blunt when he says, "The most destructive mistake is not believing that you deserve to be rich." It seems simple, but it is extremely profound. Throughout our lives, we are exposed to a multitude of messages that associate wealth with something negative. Money is dirty. Only those who cheat others get rich. Good people don't get rich. These beliefs take root so subtly that even when someone wants to prosper, they unconsciously sabotage any attempt to move forward. Eker calls this financial self-image. If deep down you believe that you don't deserve to be rich, you will always find a way to stay in the same place, even if you say you want to change. This explains why many people make money but lose it quickly, or why something unforeseen always comes up when they start to save some money. Therefore, the first step to avoiding this mistake is to identify the limiting beliefs that you carry about money. Ask yourself, how did my parents talk about wealth? What stories about money shaped my outlook? What do I truly believe about being rich? The second step is to reprogram your mind. Eker proposes repeating positive affirmations as a tool for this. It is not magic, but rather a process of internal reconstruction. For example, tell yourself daily, "I have a millionaire mindset. I deserve to be rich. Wealth is my natural state." The power of repetition creates new mental pathways, which strengthen your financial self-confidence. The third step is to act according to this new mindset. It is not enough to just think differently, you need to behave like someone who believes in your own potential to prosper. This means investing in yourself, seeking opportunities, making courageous decisions, and letting go of the fear of other people's judgment. Remember, your wealth will never be greater than your self-image. Therefore, do not allow limiting beliefs to determine the limits of your life. If you've made it this far, you're already ahead of most people. You're seeking knowledge and transformation. If you liked this content, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and leave a comment telling us what the most powerful insight you had today was. See you in the next video, where we'll delve even deeper into the paths to building a solid and unshakable millionaire mindset. See you then.